what's up guys? So this is the first official week where my kids have distance learning and nobody's prepared. The school's doing the best it can do, but we're having problems with technology, we're having problems with communication. They've got some things organized, like if kids don't have the technology, they're offering internet hotspots and Chromebooks to help out, but at the same time, the technology that they're using is crashing. They're using a website called Schoology and it just can't handle the load right now. So also did a nice thing for kids that need free and reduced lunches. They've arranged for a place for them to pick up food, and so let's see what happens this week. Hang out with us. So this is the first week that the kids have remote school. Doesn't seem to be working out very well, but let's find out what exactly is happening. I'm gonna give Alyssa a call here and let's see what she has to say. Hello?
Hi.
How's it going?
Fine.
So I hear there were some problems with school today? It was crashing or something?
The website didn't work for a little bit.
Oh, did they resolve it?
Yeah, I'm on it right now.
And how's that going with remote school? Is it really weird?
No.
Would you like this better if it was like this during your whole time in school?
No.
I didn't think so. What is it that you don't like about it?
Teachers, they're fine, but it's not the same.
What's different about it?
The teacher doesn't speak English very well.
Oh yeah?
You just don't get to talk to your teacher. They just have to give you assignments, and then half your teachers don't know what's going on, and then they don't communicate very well to you. So it's just like there's some who do, and then others who don't. And our school isn't telling us anything.
So is the problem with the teachers? Is the problem with the school? What do you think?
School.
So, okay, let me ask you a question. Since most of the time you communicate with your friends by text, what's different about doing that for school? Like you said, you don't get to talk to your teachers. We don't actually talk to your friends most of the time. So what's the difference?
I don't know.
So basically at this point, they've had 2 weeks to figure this out and they still don't have it really working right. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah, but like my teachers, they're fine. Like some of my teachers already assigned stuff. Like one of mine already has stuff due. We have a test on Friday to Sunday, and we have stuff due today, tomorrow.
Good. So it's starting to get back to normal.
But then that's only for the one teacher, and then for my gov teacher or econ teacher, she makes us do daily check-ins where you go on Schoology and you just have to do it before 2:30, and that's basically her way of making sure you went on. And then she's been posting like videos, but since Schoology was like down, the video didn't show up, so it was just her audio and it was broken. It was a really messed up file. I don't know what happened to it. And then my Spanish teacher hasn't said anything. My APES teacher has like scheduled 3 conferences for us to talk to her. And then every Tuesday we have a conference for stats. And my English teacher already put in assignments for us to do every single day.
So are they doing like conference calls with like as a group conference call or something like that?
My stats teacher uses Zoom.
Nice.
So that she can use so she can show her screen,
right,
or like look at it, not to show herself and whatever. And then she also uses. Then some other teachers are using Google Meeting, and some other teachers are using the built-in conference on Schoology.
Well, that's interesting. It sounds kind of frustrating, though.
Well, it's mostly because people don't know, like, if they're taking roll and how it works. And then some people heard that there's schedules for school, but then other teachers haven't even communicated that to us. And it'd be a lot easier if our school just came out and said, hey, this is the thing. But they haven't said a single thing since we left school on Friday.
Well, I know. I noticed that. And I was also kind of surprised that we were getting messages yesterday about how school was going to work today when as I said, they had all this time. One of the things I noticed too from that schedule is 0 period, 6th period, and 7th period are all at the same time. And how does that work if you have a 0 period and a 6th period, or a 0 period, a 6th period, and a 7th period? Then what do you do?
I mean, I didn't even get anything on that. Like, I literally got nothing on that. And
yeah, it was one of Mitchell's teachers. I think the audio video teacher sent out the schedule.
That's the thing. Some teachers send a schedule, like one, but none of my teachers have that schedule. My econ teacher mentioned a schedule, but she said it's all messed up, so she doesn't want to do it. She doesn't want to talk about it yet until she knows for sure, because she's the head of the building.
Okay.
For school, so she has to deal with all of that. So she's like the big boss of the building.
That makes sense.
So
it's just mass confusion. Sounds like the school district itself wasn't prepared. But anyway, so at least school's kind of starting back up again.
Yeah.
Any news on when you might actually go back physically to school?
No.
The last I heard was April 17th.
Yeah, but I'm sure that's going to get extended.
Yeah. They already extended the social distancing for till the end of April. So I imagine because of that, they wouldn't be able to let you go back to school, honestly. Well,
honestly, we'll only be able to go back to school once they allow non-essential businesses to open, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Well, thanks for talking to me about this. I was just interested in how it was being handled, because it seems like it's a giant, complete mess, which it really is. And it must be frustrating to be on the other side. I know what it's like when I'm trying to do something and it doesn't work.
I have friends in Florida, and their school, they had a whole day. They knew on that Friday that they were going to go online in Florida and Miami-Dade County. And so then they had a whole adjusted schedule, because they go on a block schedule.
Yeah.
So they do even odd separate days.
Right.
And then on that Friday, they didn't have their regular classes. I think it was shortened or something. And then they had an assembly, and it was teaching them how to use everything and preparing them to go online and making sure that they had the right applications and stuff installed on their computers, because they all need their own personal computer. Because I think their school might be paperless, but I'm not sure. And so then they made sure that they had all the stuff that they needed. And then last week, not during spring break, but the first week we're out, they were already having assignments, and the teachers were having meetings and stuff, and they're a lot more organized, and it seemed like they're prepared. And our district didn't even tell us till we got out of school. The teachers didn't know till we got out of school. So most of the teachers were expecting us to go. Most of the teachers were expecting us to go back to school on Monday.
After the spring break, yeah.
Yeah. Some of them were preparing. My ACE teacher gave us a bunch of new materials just in case. And then she printed out a bunch of papers, and my Spanish teacher made sure that we knew how to use Schoology and knew how to get into the textbook. But any other teacher besides that, they didn't know. I had one teacher who was planning for us to give a presentation on Monday. So it's
yeah, not happening. Anyway, well, thanks for talking to me about all this, and hang in there. It'll get better. Everything's always kind of, I don't know. What's the word I'm looking for? It's always kind of not very smooth at first. It's kind of a bumpy road. So hopefully it'll get smoother.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm going to head out, but thanks for chatting with me. Love you, kid. And I'll see you soon. All right?
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, Mitch.
Hello.
talk to Alyssa about school. You know that. You were there.
Yeah.
Tell me about what your experience has been like with online school.
I mean, most of my teachers don't know what they're doing, except for like a few.
From the technology perspective?
Yeah, like on the app, Schoology. And then most of them don't even talk. Like, I didn't hear from my history teacher until like last week, and that was like 2 weeks after we got out. And yeah, and there's barely any work to do.
What's the biggest problem?
No one really knows what's going on.
It would seem to me, what I'm noticing is that schoolwork that you would do in school, they're not quite sure how to handle that right now.
Yeah.
So all you're getting is homework, which isn't a lot of work.
Yeah, the only teacher that has given us stuff that we usually do is my history teacher, and that's pretty much it.
And what kind of stuff is your history teacher giving you?
DBQs, so like essays based off of documents.
What does the DBQ stand for?
Document-based question.
Got it. All right, cool. So it's kind of frustrating.
Yeah.
What do you find? What's most frustrating about it all?
Probably that we have no idea what's going on.
Do you miss hanging out with your friends?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how much longer do you think this whole like not being allowed to hang out with your? I mean, we know your school's canceled till the end of the year.
Yeah.
How much longer do you think this no longer hanging out with people is going to last?
I would say like beginning of June.
So you think 2 more full months?
I think we got 2 months of this.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense since they've decided to kill school.
Yeah.
Because school was going to end what, May 27th or something?
21st.
Yeah. So, all right, cool. Thanks. So it's been a pretty long week with kids having digital school that's not working out all that well, and people that I've had to talk to because of it. So, you know, just trying to stay active, take a walk right now and walk around the neighborhood, see what's going on. Come on with me. So, I did spend some time, as I mentioned earlier, talking to Mitchell's principal. She seems really on the ball. The problem still, as you heard Mitchell say, is that the teachers don't seem to know how to use the technology. They're not properly trained for it, and that is where the issue lies. And it's frustrating to the kids because naturally they've grown up with nothing but technology, so for them it's a breeze to figure most of this stuff out, at least for most of the kids anyway. So it's sort of sad to see their schooling have this issue when it's all because of training, and that could easily have been avoided. It's going to be a long 2 months for them to get out of school, and you know, I'm sure they're bored stiff being in the house all the time, and so now it's like trying to think of places to go and things to do that don't involve interacting with other people. So this week has been fairly uneventful. A lot of work got done this week. I've spent 2 days working way more than 12 hours in a day, because in a time like this you have to keep your business going. You can't just sit still. And since my business is 100% online, I'm able to push forward. Our new place gave us a discount on the rent for the month. That was nice. It all just, I don't know, just all fits together nicely. And it's been a good thing for us, this move. We've enjoyed living where we live. We have so many reasons for having wanted the change, and thankfully, all of those things have turned out to help us a great deal. So what are you doing during this time? What are you doing during this quarantine? How are you keeping yourself from going crazy nuts? Tell me in the comments, and I'll be sure to respond to you. Share the video with your friends, and if you enjoyed everything that you saw in here, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and watch more of my videos. I do this weekly. I'll bring out a new vlog every week. try to attack a different angle of life. And so thanks again for watching. Like I said, like the video, subscribe to the channel.